Welcome to Corbett's number 30 and 31. Today I'm parked in Glen Orchy and I'm going to be walking Beinn Udlaidh, which is the darker gloomy mountain, and Beinn Bhreac-Laith, which is the speckled blue-grey mountain. So I'm parked at a pull-in near this little bridge, and immediately at the pull-in there's a little forestry walk here which I'm going to take. Yes, so it's a bit of a boggy grassy track through this forest. I have to say I've been eaten alive by midge. There you go, up there in the clouds, Beinn Bhreac-Laith. And that's Beinn Udlaidh up there, just sticking out the clouds just beyond the forest. I think we're going to skirt round the forest and then pretty much pathless make a beeline to the top. There we go, please close the gate. That's a gate that I need to go through. I believe I will be coming back down this track here. I'll explain why later. But for now we've left the forest and we're about to hang a right steeply up and start climbing. Yeah, we're following this fence line. There's a little faint footpath beside it. Very steep. Got a great view of the Bhreac between the two Corbetts there. We'll be up there later. There we go, what a great view. So our top's hidden way up in the cloud. There's a Bhreac. Afraid we've got cloud coming in now. There's the second top of the day. Hopefully it'll clear. So we've got a gate in the fence and I'm going to cut through it and cut up to the top of that little rise there, try and get on the ridge. Line of quartz that's running up the side over there. Right, I'm heading under this cliff, still heading upwards, and once I get over that shoulder I'm hopefully going to find a ridge that I can walk along. So I'm at the little locken at spot height 749, so I'm heading into the cloud, or further into the cloud now, about another 90 metres of ascent before the summit. So here we are, Beinn Udlaidh. Not a lot to see, not today anyway. Right, we're going to head down to that Bhreac. Yeah, it's quite a wide grass shoulder that I'm dropping off on. Much grassier than the rocky ascent that we had on the other side. Wow, there you are. That's a grassy Bhreac down there. We'll drop down and climb straight up the other side. I have to say we're in and out of cloud. When the cloud disappears, some fabulous views. Look at the two dogs looking down. I can't actually see an obvious way up the other side, so I think it's just point my nose and go. So that's what we've just come down. It's a picky route quite carefully, so I continued along the grass shoulder for as long as I could before descending down, because I didn't want to get too close to that corrie. And this is where we're heading next. Pretty much straight up the side, I think. So I'm just about to start my ascent and I've got to go through this deer fencing. Now apparently this hill is surrounded by deer fencing, and for me to get off the mountain I've got to come back down to this Bhreac, to this gate, to get that way. I think it's the only way I can get the dogs off the mountain. So I'm going up to the top and then returning to this point. I have to say this grass bank is extremely steep, but it's 220 metres from the Bhreac to the top, so it shouldn't take too long to get there with the steepness of it. Yes, it plateaus out towards the top. That was extremely steep grassy bank. I've got to go down that yet. So here we are, Beinn Bhreac-Laith. I was going to go that way back, but as I explained earlier, I'm going to have to head back to the Bhreac. Wow, look at the light catching that corrie. Isn't that magnificent? Oh wow. You can see the line of quartz over there that we saw earlier, and just where the clouds are hitting above that corrie, I went up there and headed up to the summit in the cloud. Anyway, the gate's over there that we're heading to. Whilst I've got an eagle view, I'm going to plot my route down, so I'm going to follow the fence line left hand side of it, and eventually I can see a bit of a quad track going through the forest that'll pick up, which will take me home. So that's the plan. So back at the gate, following the fence down the glen under the corrie. So there's a gate here and a gate there, obviously taking me back through the forest. I'll quickly look at the fence line that we've followed down under the corrie. So through these two gates and pick up that track in the trees a bit further down. Yeah, as quad track goes, it's extremely lightly used. It's quite a nice quad track. So here we are back at the gate that we took earlier and into the forest. 1.5 miles home.